In their messages for the presidential bid, candidates are giving prominence to social infrastructure development and expanding productivity away from governance issues. NRM's Yoweri Museveni is giving prominence to social infrastructure growth, especially roads. Amama Mbabazi is prioritizing productivity anchored on his county development model, while Abed Bwanika's message has strong references to agricultural transformation. All these aspirations, however, need resources, and taxes are a key source of those resources, especially at this time when donors appear to be cutting back on spending.
The challenge, though, is that the business community and the people in formal employment, the key sources of these taxes, appear already fatigued by the current tax regime.
And the promises, without telling us where we're getting the money from, in a way it is telling us that maybe they are expecting more taxes. But already the people, the business community is suffocated about the taxes. There are so many taxes. And our proposal would be that maybe some of these candidates should come up clearly and tell us how exactly they are going to accumulate the money they are expecting to dish out in terms of road construction.
Today, a Ugandan business is subjected to the following taxes and deductions: 30% corporate tax, which is taxable on profits, 15% on interest or interest-related income, property tax of 7% rental value of the property for those who are on rental property, stamp duty, which is charged on one contract, which varies depending on contract size, fuel tax attached on every liter of fuel purchased, trading license charged depending on the nature of the business, 18% value-added tax for goods and services purchased with added value, and 10% social security or NSSF contribution for workers. Enforcing those rates is how the tax money is expected to raise 9 trillion shillings as contribution to the 24 trillion budget for this year. But it is this tax regime which, according to the business community, is exerting a huge burden on them, making it hard for many to grow. It is for this reason that they are keenly looking for tax base widening proposals in the hope that it will lessen their burden in view of the big promises being made by presidential candidates.
The issue is about the few who have been paying taxes are continuously being overtaxed, yet there are a big chunk of Ugandans who are actually not paying taxes. So until you have explained the methodology which you are going to use to bring more people on the tax into the tax bracket.
The same views are shared by the civil society, which cites even more structural issues in Uganda's taxation regime.
The capacity of URA to tax everybody is definitely limited. URA is not in all the borders of this country, considering the fact that even our borders are porous, so a lot of goods gets in and out. So, in terms of the campaigns, I think for me is that we are still looking for those promises on how these candidates are going to expand taxation base. To say that you're going to tax the rich is not enough, because you're going to discourage them from doing further investment. Better off is that their countries are offering tax-free places where you earn your money and you're not taxed.
The huge tax burden consideration and issues around resource mobilization to finance the big promises has sent some candidates thinking.
My government will bring the VAT rate down from 18% to 16%. By doing this, government will be encouraging the emergence of industries as well as greater sales and profits for businesses. Thus, private companies around the country will have more room in their budgets to hire. The Commodities Exchange Company will underwrite, like an insurance, will underwrite the prices to the farmer. So the price will never be too low for them, and of course it will help the state to collect revenue.
And beyond that, others have talked about support for business productivity and formalization to grow the country's resource envelope in the face of anticipated growth in capital expenditure to meet the manifesto proposals.
We must ensure that every Ugandan is included within the monetized economy. I want to empower the ordinary people so that they can produce. That's why I want to invest 15% of the national budget into agriculture, so that we improve our exports and money will come in. When we improve our exports, and there are so many people within the economy, the money that we collect as tax revenue and non-tax revenue, it will increase.
Even with such submissions, overall observers believe that not much time and attention has been given to tax policy issues by presidential aspirants, despite the fact that they are key to resource mobilization to finance their programs. And this is even before you consider the concerns raised by some sections of the electorate on the same. Malcolm Sime, NTV Weekend Edition.